Hello, I wanted to create a short video about creating, and I speak from experience, not from theory, about what I've read, but I've been a creator full-time for 30 years. I've been a professional artist. I am a musician and a songwriter, but I've been making money as an artist for 30 years, so I'm only going to speak to you from what I know from experience. One of the most important things that I've learned about being a creator is where we're creating from, the state we're in the creative process, during, through, after, how to have more enjoyment and how to tap into the creative potential of what you are as an artist or as a human being. This video is not necessarily for artists. You may just feel you have little or no artistic ability, but what I want to share with you is very, very relevant, and that is accessing our power, the truth of who we are, and allowing that to be the place from which we create. And when I say create, it could be what kind of day did you have? Because believe it or not, your day is your creation. Your moment-to-moment experience is a net result of where you aligned your focus. If you focus on being thankful, for example, you tend to have a absolutely 100% better day than if you focus on the problems that you have. And it's not just positive thinking. I mean, a lot of people might hear this message and think, well, yeah, I am very positive. I try and think of the positive things. Well, it's not that. Positive infers positive and negative, and that's a world of duality that you're always fighting to try and stay positive. What I'm talking about is coming from a deeper place of who you are and what you are. So when you're centered, when you're in your heart space, when you're thankful, you're in a place of more power. Power being not necessarily power over anything, but giving you the ability to choose effortlessly and easily. Am I going to navigate to the right or to the left? I relate so much of what I do to sports because I spent most of my life as an athlete. I had a short professional career, but a long career as an athlete. I spent most of my life doing high-level athletics. So again, I'm speaking from experience, not from something I read in a book or heard on a video. So what I'm talking about is learning how to access your true power, how to be centered, and how to create from there, whether it's creating the day of your dreams, the evening, a painting, writing a song, whatever it might be. When you're centered, everything seems to flow more easily. You tend to have wisdom coming to you naturally and effortlessly. You're able to be more flexible, call on ideas and options that never occurred to you when you're in your head. Now, when I say in your head, what I mean is when you're thinking and you're really analyzing and trying to figure things out, your mind is very, very limited. Whereas when you're in your heart space, you take a deep breath, relax, look at things that make you feel calm. I love trees. I love birds. When I look at birds, I become centered. Try that. Try hanging out in nature and watching birds for a while, or your puppy or your cat, any animal or any nature. The reason why we love puppies and cats and babies and birds is because they're not in their thoughts. They don't think about the future and the past. And the first reaction your ego is going to tell you, I need to think about the future. How am I going to survive? How am I going to pay my bills? So many people, when I used to facilitate Course in Miracle meetings, and one of the questions that came up with, and I did this for a lot of years, many, many years, and people would always say, well, I can't just be, in my true self or my center. I need to be thinking about the future. Otherwise, I won't function properly. And people would say, well, how are you going to cross the street unless you're afraid? That's, really think about that for a second. Do you think the best athletes act and don't get tackled by the defense because they're afraid? Do you think a really good basketball player doesn't get stuffed when he's going up for a jump shot because he's afraid of getting stuffed? No. He operates at a higher level because he's centered. He's not in his head. He's not thinking, I better dribble with my right, then now my left, now my right. You'll never be successful in life in your head. You need to learn how to be in your heart. The heart has wisdom. When I say the heart, I don't mean, I love ice cream. That's not your heart. That's just a fun desire. Nothing wrong with that. But the heart, I mean, it's centered. It's peaceful. It has easy access to information. Your body moves more easily. Everything flows better. You have to learn how to become centered. Get a book on it. Look on videos. This video is not going to be enough to have you master being centered, but I'm going to give you some pointers that will be helpful. Practice being in your heart. Look at birds. As soon as I say that, there's going to be a bird that's going to fly from that treehouse to that treehouse. But if you watch a bird and hang out in nature or with babies, well, babies is a hard one because when they cry, it's really hard to be centered. But puppies and kitties and anything in nature, it helps you slow down and really contact the true power of what you are. When you're centered, learn how to become centered and then write your song, then do your painting, then make your business decision, then make your plans for your vacation. When you're centered and then you do your business or your play, everything will flow so much more easily. Learn how to become centered. Learn how to breathe, relax, slow down, which took me 50 years to do. No, 45 years to do. I'm finally, after 40 years of meditating, learning how to slow down and to become centered. And when you are centered, everything works more easily. That's your true nature. That's what you are. That's what you came here to do. Be centered and then choose the business to start. Be centered. Write that poem. Write that song. Tell the person that's in the room with you how much you appreciate them, how much you love them. Learn to be centered and your life will flow from that. If you've heard of the movie The Secret and the Law of Attraction, I believe that's kindergarten. It's good stuff, and I think it's very valuable to learn. But that's only the beginning of how to attract. How to attract means learning how to rest into what you are as an infinite being of light that's far beyond time and space. Spirit doesn't live in the space-time continuum. It's timeless. It's not touched by any of this. We all have access to that. Not some hokey-pokey, praying to the goddess of, the fifth dimension and the purple chakra. And there's a lot of truth in all that stuff, but I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the real practical experience of being centered and learn to act from there, to be in that space. And everything will flow from that. You will attract so many things into your life because everything about the law of attraction is so as within, so without. As you learn to vibrate at a higher level, as you bring your resonance up, which is love, and less fear, fear starts to fade away, your vibration gets higher, you attract high vibe people. You attract high vibrational businesses and jobs. You'll attract money and vacations, and your life will flow so much more easily when you learn how to raise your vibration by being in love. Not in love like my fantasy vacation, in love being the natural state of what we are, which is love, which is peace, which is joy. And I'm speaking from experience. When you dedicate yourself to love, to waking up to who you are, to what you are, your life will unfold in ways you have never imagined. I could tell you 1,000 things, literally, just in the last 2 years, that have blown my mind of what you can create, what you can attract, what you can fall into effortlessly and easily. I'm live it, and I've been living it my whole life, but it just keeps evolving. I thought I had it all, and that my life was like this, and then all of a sudden I learned how to let go more and more and more and more. Now my life is like this. And it just keeps growing, and it's beautiful. And I want you to know that the universe, God, the infinite, whatever you call it, is always 100% with you all the time. You just have to ask for help. Surrender to that, your natural state of what you are, and listen. Slow down and listen to what comes. And it will be this calm guide of just, going over here, looking at that tree, sitting down, slowing down, remembering that you're an infinite being of light that is manifesting all of this. We're all connected. The earth, everyone on the planet is all our brothers and sisters. Sorry to tell you, sometimes we don't want to admit that or look at that, but we're all connected. We're all part of it. And so, of course, if we're all connected like all these fingers, doesn't it make sense that when you realize you're connected, you can do this a lot more easily than if you think, oh, I don't like these fingers, I'm going to try and get rid of those. Doesn't work that way. All right, so I'm a bad comedian, but it's important. We're all connected. All these fingers are part of the hand, which is a part of this body. Humanity and the earth, we're all connected. Learn to connect with that and miracles will happen. I love you. Peace out.